Hello again, YouTube, and today I'm going to do a video here about something that many of you may not care about, but it is kind of indicative to the heavily leftist government regimes. It's an example of how Oregon is having issues with the Oregon Department of Human Services, particularly when it comes to child welfare cases. And so you might not have this in your area because your child welfare system may be above reproach, staffed with good people, and are spending their money wisely. However, not all of them are. And I have noticed in more conservative states, there are fewer issues with the human resources and human services departments, and in liberal states, there are more issues with these departments. Many of them claim the same things that we hear over and over again from the school systems, and you only hear that school systems are failing when you have primarily liberal administrators and liberal politics, and when you have fairly conservative politics which force them to budget well, which reduce the number of administrators that are doing nothing more than administrating instead of teaching children, and when you force them to budget and plan and think out how they're going to serve these kids, you get much better results. So, here is the information. According to the Department of Human Services Study Commission, they have found that in 47 cases where children had initially been found safe, they were wrong, including such things as being bitten by rats, caregivers talking about finding dead bodies in front of the kids and talking about stabbing people in front of the kids, kids that were involved in DUI cases, and kids even found unrestrained by child safety seats and the laps of sex workers who had methamphetamines on their person. Now, DHS is claiming that they are 83% understaffed. And the blame here does not lie with the caseworkers at the department. This is a direct quote. It lies with me as the legislator, with the legislator as a whole, and with the people of Oregon, because we have invested in outcomes that we want. So their solution isn't fixing the problems and changing the system. Their solution is throw more money at it. Well, I don't know if these people are aware, but Oregon spends a lot of money on health and human services. So it leads me to wonder exactly how much is Oregon spending on this. So right now with you on here, I am going to look up their budget. Here we go. Now, because Oregon does biennium budgets, that means every 2 years, we've got a little bit of a lag in our budgeting process. So, I am looking up at their proposed budget and the legislatively approved budget. They are both loading as we speak. I'm going to include these links as well as the links to the original document from ABC News, because this news report was uncovered from their investigative reporters, which I must say is a surprise because I didn't expect ABC News to still have such a push. So let's see if I can find the bottom line here in this budget proposal, because this budget proposal is, oh shoot, this budget proposal is almost 1,000 pages long. Well, it looks like I am not going to get that particular budget pulled out, but I will leave the links in the table of contents here. Okay, yeah, no, it seems that they're continuing to hide this stuff behind these huge documents All right, here we go. So, Human Services Agency program got $2.1 billion. That is $2.1 billion in 2013 to 2015. And they're saying that they can't do their job. Now, that's a lot of money. And I am pretty sure that we could easily resolve some of this mess without creating new additional budget line items. So it leads me to the question of what out of that $2.1 billion, that is $1 billion a year, 1 billion with a B, we should be doing with this. Because Oregon's population, Oregon has seven electors. We have 7 total representatives. The state of Oregon is not that large in population. And they are saying that $1 billion per year, actually a little bit more than $1 billion per year, is not enough to run our Department of Human Services. So I'm wondering exactly how much more they think they need. And the fact is that they never talk about what they would like to have. And the reason being is because if they told you what they would like to have, well, you'd utterly lose your mind. Because what they would like to have is pretty much unlimited funding. They want to be able to do whatever they want. And this is the same Department of Human Services who sent a small child in that same time frame to Mexico to live with her alcoholic, abusive, violent father who was in Mexico, instead of leaving her here in the United States with her grandparents because her mom had been found to be a junkie. Now, I don't like this idea, and I think realistically what we need to do is we need to fire these people and create a whole new Department of Oregon Human Services and figure out something better than this, because obviously these people don't know what they're doing, and they're wasting money doing it. Well, I want to thank you again for listening to me rant about this problem in the blue wall of insanity on the left coast of America. Remember, you can always comment down below if you want to talk about additional information, or if you want to call me out and tell me I'm absolutely bug nuts, please feel free. Like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. If you don't like what I'm doing, I'm sure you're going to dislike this anyway. Thank you all, and don't forget to visit me at minds.com/veteran mountain man for further discourse, discussion, and other updates about the world going on. Thank you all again, and have yourselves a wonderful day.